Hi, this is KY Chia. Today is the last episode, episode 8, about the trial by jury. I'm summing up. The judges are summing up. The prosecutors and defense are also summing up. Well, for the past few episodes, we have heard about evidence, exhibits, burden of proof by the prosecution to prove that the accused committed the crime. But they have the proof. It is the onus is on them to prove beyond any reasonable doubt that he has indeed committed the crime. And this is the hallmark of any criminal trial. That, like I said, an accused or a defendant is presumed to be innocent until proven guilty. And so it is the burden of proof is on the prosecution to prove with all the evidence he has at hand that he is guilty. Okay, now coming back to the most important part of the trial, normally in criminal cases, is the confession. The police always try to extract confession from a murderer, from a person who has committed the murder, not to make things easy for them, but to make things easy for himself. So, the confession was shown to the court. The court heard the confession, but the defense was not satisfied. They say, and they claim that the confession was done, not on its own free will. It was under duress. So the thing went to and fro. So evidence given, and then the prosecution that everything they say were the accused said in prison were true, but the defense said otherwise. So it was up to the judge to decide whether the confession could be used as evidence or not. In this case, the judge had to please everybody has to be convinced that it was really the truth by the accused. So the thing went on for quite some time, and later on, then the judge decided that they have to look into this further. So within a trial was underway. You call it Vode or Vode, meaning trial within a trial. That means to check the whether the confession was acceptable as evidence or not. So at the end of the day, after a few days of arguments, both by the prosecution and the defense, the judge came to the conclusion that the confession was not to be used, and especially the jury and those present were asked to ignore ignore what was given, ignore the confession, and to rely on evidence given in court. That's what happened. Okay, so the confession, in other words, confession was not allowed in court, so we had to rely on evidence. But each time any evidence given, we were not so sure of ourselves because we were laymen, So, but the judge put us at ease. He knew what to do, and so each time the prosecution would come up with evidence, witnesses before the court, and if the judge reprimands that particular thing or item or person, then you look our way, and then we will get the cue. In other words, the judge helped us in many ways, to really administrate this justice and he made things really easy for us. So we as the jury were having a quite not so tough a time. We were okay, we were doing well with him. So at the end of the day, okay, everything is said and done. Then it came to summing up. The prosecution will say their piece. They say that this prima facie case has been they have put up a there is a prima facie case against the accused, and with all the evidence they have put forward to the court, and that was their summing up. And they say they should find him guilty. They should find him because all the evidence deduced from exhibits and from the witnesses. And also same time the defense also put forward their persuasive evidence, to say that there are many things they have not yet looked into, and then the accused was not guilty as they thought him to be, so he should be given the benefit of the doubt. So at the end came the judge. So the judge will have to decide, whether the most important thing is whether he has to decide whether to acquit him or call him means the accused or defendant, to enter his defense. So you see, this brings us back to the presumption of innocence, practiced by all Commonwealth courts, as in the case of the landmark decision that every accused must be presumed innocent until proven guilty, and they must prove beyond any reasonable doubt. This case was held by Lord Sankey, by the House of Lords in the 1935 or so. And let me tell you a small story. This how all this came about. There was a small farmer, about 21 years old. He, by the name of Wu Mington, he married a young girl, 17 years old. But 3 months into the marriage, they went on to the rocks, and Violet, the wife, went back to